Hello and welcome back to another episode of Jikari's Imperial Legend playthrough. I am Slicka and let's get to it. So last time we left Gerard Thiel. Turns out one of his vassals has just betrayed him. So we've just gone to the Thiel storeroom to pick up some thermite explosives in order to deal with the invasion of the Thiel Palace through the siege tunnel down below. Oops. Almost went to where the bonus quest is. As you can see, these Kalisa engineers are already here.
Come on out. That's my job.
Alright, so I have to plant these thermite bombs on key locations in here. One. Okay, that is interesting. We have to deal with a Kalisa Tunneler droid, so that thing might hit hard. Till up. Let's put that trooper to sleep. Oh, we snuck past it, and let's deal with Cedric Kalisa.
So, you're the Imperial puppet who taught Jorad Thul to bite instead of bark. Does he lick your hand? Fetch your slippers? Real Alderaanians will never bow to the likes of you.
Yield, and you may keep your title and your lands.
I would sooner see Alderaan blasted into space debris than given over to the Empire. You don't even have the guts to fight this yourself, instead of hiding behind a cart and a thermite. If you had a shred of decency, you'd settle this by an honorable duel. You against me.
Hmm. Alright.
You against me.
You surprise me. I thought Imperials never fought unless their odds were 10 to 1. A duel of skill, then. If you win, I will give my house over to Jorad Thul to use as he will. If I win, you stand aside and let me cleanse Alderaan of this scourge, and tell your Imperial handlers Alderaan lives free or dies! To arms!
Hey, I thought it was you against me, not a bunch of Republic troops.
Want some of this?
You cheap ass. Well, I guess I play weapons. Still, figured it would have been one-on-one.
I concede. You have the better skill. Perhaps it is Alderaan's fate to fall to the Empire. I will tell my people. We must find a way to live through these times.
It was honorable. But,
No one challenges me and lives.
Then kill me. At least I will not live to see Alderaan fall.
He'll probably betray us if I leave him, even if I have this head. So, I'll live by my decision there. It's nice as everything is now gone for me to run back without any problems, so the two guys I did leave living, I don't have to worry about. So, Kaliyo wasn't impressed that I fought fairly. If you have, say, one of the bounty hunter companions that I know is all about honor, there's probably other ones that I just can't think with honor. They like it when you do something like that, even if they like to kill. The one thing I wish that they would actually do, just because of what the companion's like, I wish if you had the companion, like they actually had an alignment. No, where it's just 0, but where, you know, Kaliyo likes to kill people and all that, she's a little bit dark side. Obviously, you don't have to have them pure dark side, but right around here or so, where you could tell that that's what Kaliyo's like, and do it with the other ones too.
The Kalazes just surrendered. My men are returning from the outpost to take them into custody. The Kalazes are saying you are a woman of great honor. I will tell Moff Serek of your heroism immediately.
Take 10 heads for every one traitor, and they will not rebel again.
The Thals need not fear any further rebellion in their ranks. It would be a waste to pin down one of our best operatives here any longer. General Stanul Thal is coordinating our efforts near House Ald. Speak to him if you'd like to take a further role in this conquest.
You have saved my house's dream of ruling our world, and taught me much about what that will mean. I will not forget.
Alright. So now it's time to meet with Stanul Thal near House Ald, so that's taking us to the Jern Mountains.
I will perform according to your exacting specifications, Master.
So real quick before I leave, let's just head to the speeder vendor here so I can sell some things.
What can I get for you? Come back anytime.
Agent Vickers, sir. Glad you're here. The blasted Jedi are at it again. They've uncovered a holocron. Normally I wouldn't lose sleep over a Jedi knick-knack, but we intercepted an SIS transmission. This holocron's packed with condemning historic intel on House Thule. Crimes, barbaric acts, it could cost us Alderaan. We can't... Oh, sorry, chest pain, it'll pass.
Are you doing all right?
Just indigestion. Need to focus on the holocron. The Jedi just started deciphering the blasted thing. Perfect timing, too, right when my stress meds run out. We need your expertise, Agent. Someone must infiltrate the Jedi research lab and secure that holocron.
It's trivial enough. I'll handle it.
Get that holocron, then give it to Lord Alderaan, and teach those blasted Jedi a lesson. No, I'm all right, just go.
Alright, let's head out. So as you can see, we have to go to an Organa dig site to collect a holocron. No big. Then we have to
I seem to have outdone myself, Master. I think you'll be quite pleased.
So this is where we have to head for our class quest, quite far. Since I gotta drive for the most part. Go to our next area.
Leave everything to me, Master. I will not disappoint you.
So I'm just barely dark 1 still. Not close to dark 2, and been pretty neutral for the most part on this character. So, when we get into the Jern Mountains, which is in this area, there's a good chance we'll run into Republic soldiers, especially around the middle here. Like, Republic players, I mean. So.
I'm here.
The nice thing about playing an operative or an assassin or a scoundrel or a shadow is we do have the ability to cloak and avoid getting killed if we can survive in time. Where this shouldn't be too bad. There are times when it can be pretty bad for leveling, especially if the enemy wants to watch you die constantly. Farm your corpse, all that nice stuff. Alright, here we are. The Organa dig site.
Now moving out me.
Wow, another one. I'm just doing what I need to do to get the bonus quest done. I'll probably sneak past.
Master, I deliver to you something beyond perfection. You deserve nothing
I can do something with this.
Alright, so I gotta actually bring it to the next. So what I'm gonna do is actually sneak out of here. Since I'm so close to the next area anyway, no reason to try back. Gonna use my sleep darts to my advantage to get out of here. I've seen Kaliyo, but not me. And thankfully there's a Sith warrior coming in with, for whatever reason, a blue color crystal on his lightsaber.
On my way.
So I just have Kaliyo with me. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now we are done the Camos territory. All that's left, like I said, in this area is actually the bonus areas for Alderaan. I don't know if I'll be actually doing that on this character. Like I said, a lot of the bonus series that I end up skipping, so to speak, will probably end up being done on different characters. They won't be part of the playthrough. So, for the most part, handle the Camos territory pretty well. Alright, so now we're in the Jikari Mountains.
Welcome. Please select an available travel route.
Can't live without me.
Lord Adun, Agent Vickers said you'd be interested in this holocron.
The holocron, yes. Jedi made, gatekeeper intact. Even predates House Thul's exile from Alderaan. Perfect. Thank you, Agent. Intelligence hungers for these secrets. Soon they will be sated.
Alright. Kaliyo gets a new blaster. And I get a new... just for those curious, looks like I got a new rank of Shiv, and that's it at level 29.
Stanel Thul, I was told you want to see me.
Yes, Moff Sarek said you'd be here. We've had an inspection team lost to the Killiks for days now, advisors from Droman Kars. They were inspecting one of our mining sites for lanthanide deposits. But in the middle of their inspection, the entire place was overrun by Killiks. We've had no communication for days.
I want the full briefing. Risk assessment, strategic importance, all of it.
Moff Sarek wants the inspection team rescued, and fast. Apparently some of them hold serious rank off-world. And the Killiks don't exactly respond to negotiations. They're the native aliens here. Giant bugs with just enough sentience to shoot a blaster. Attacking these Killiks would take half our army, but apparently I'm too close to the problem to strategically assess its value.
You have some kind of personal stake in this?
Yes. I don't want you to think I'm asking for personal reasons, but my daughter was leading the inspection team. I don't know if she's alive or dead. If you can find her, find our advisors, free them if they're prisoners. I promise you a reward that will leave me bankrupt.
You start digging into that treasury. I'll get everyone out of that mine that walks on two legs.
If you rescue Daria, I will gladly give you my every last credit.
Ah, yes, this is a pretty good quest. I remember this one. I enjoyed it pretty well. You guys might. I'm not sure. So, now that I have this quest up, what I'm going to do is focus on doing House Ald real quick with Denri Ayl's records. So actually I'm going to run back here towards the pathway and just take this path down. So here where we're heading, you see a sniper there. This is where it's going to get pretty dangerous in terms of Republic players. I actually one time ran down here on my level 50, and unlike WoW, I ran into about 10 level 30s and 40s, and I got annihilated because they don't miss. They just do a lot less damage. Like I said earlier in the last video, me and a thesis on level 30s, maybe even 29s, 28s, killed a level 42 Jedi Sentinel, I believe. For some reason he switched, he didn't decide to just kill one person, he kept trying to kill a thesis, realized that I was healing him, then he kept trying to kill me, and I healed myself up, and eventually he died. So I'm just gonna kind of sneak here. I'm going to handle any old forces I see. This is a, there's a bonus series to this from the Hive Mine. Let's heal up Kaliyo. Alright, that's good enough. So, in most cases, okay, all cases, the Imperials come to Household for their next part of their class rank. I couldn't remember if the Sith Warrior did or not. Okay, so there's 2 Jedi monuments. So I may as well do this while I'm here. So I'm not that far from it. I suggest doing this bonus quest because it's pretty easy and you get to explore all of his though. Alright, we'll go to that one in a moment. Here we are. It looks like I'm the one doing all the work and Kaliyo's just bored, sitting around. So there's Denri Ayl. Balmora. So you can see he's been on all the planets, or some of the planets that the other terrorist cells are on. Hey, listed as Darth Jadis' assassination. EE? What's this? I believe we found what we were looking for, and we must return to Vector Hillis. Alright, so this is one of those things that kind of sucks on this planet, is I have to constantly return to Vector Hillis. I will actually probably end up doing it this episode, since we haven't really started on the Jurin Mountains. Kind of wish it was in town like the other 3 characters have to deal with. There's even dead guards around here, so. And now we're basically saying the Empire rules. And this Jedi does not agree. Alright. Alright, because we were so close, especially on time, I will sneak out and head for the Lanthanide mines. Should be able to get into the mines in time. I know there's a quest on this in this area though, so I'm gonna have to deal with that first. On our way to the mines here, so. Here it is. So let's go and deal with this quest, and we'll invade the mines, turn everything in, and call it an episode.
Where are you? Come out. I know you're there, you brain-stealing vermin. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you. Captain Asersha of House Thule. Can't speak now. Gotta keep an eye out. Killiks are everywhere. They'll turn us all into mindless drones to serve their hives. They must be stopped.
There are plenty of bigger threats on Alderaan than the Killiks. Why are you so worried?
Why aren't you worried? There are countless Killiks out there just looking for a way to dig into your mind.
Chaskruni dopat kurira do kanki kung. Chonki faguta jiho poda ji oto vokise. Poya tuka changa goptula do batawana wanki. Ni at ambumpa poshuda mokili moklanki.
Don't be stupid.
Pampawula ji ota kakoga huta nupisto. Buka kampak nijit tonka yiliska chanaga. Se gota do muti kihasa da puño. Liz di woto.
In that case, I'm in.
Chikos pa inigudad ijigliska chanagawa. Kuchusa yomata chitoya. Nam kanoya choski nawi. O bagthra wanawaga mi bunawa duetwipe.
Kill them all! Kill them with fire!
Chechopa kuma ni umpi but malia bedwana ni bobo.
Okay. So I look for a bunch of cocooned men.
Come on out. Let's go to my job.
So here's the cocoons, right up. So you can run around and miss quite easily. You can climb up it. Alright, here we go. So unfortunately, this is a problem with this quest. This is one I can't get. He's bugged because of where he had to fall. So I gotta move on to the next one. That's pretty much this quest right here in a nutshell. These guys are all dead. All we're doing is picking up sensors. There's one right there. Easy quest, just run to the hives and do that the entire. Some of them are bugged when you throw it because they land on the hive itself and they think they're in the ground for whatever reason, so just be well aware of that. Okay, I didn't even realize I pulled aggro. Remember to make sure the grenade actually, if you leave the time before it's over, it won't count. So this is probably one of the biggest pains for a quest. We only need 6 more, so we'll just kill them. Coming for what we need. So that got us out of there. So now we can run right into the mine.
What's up?
Alright, so the goal is just to wreck your team.
Come on out. Let's go to my job.
More bonus quests for killing Kiliks and joiners. Like I said, you kill a lot of them at the start. I just think of these things as colicoids, really. Same idea. Well, except for the fact that colicoid just eats you, it doesn't kind of possess you. It doesn't really go up there. Alright. Time to rescue the second one. So it seems like they left him alive after saving them. And now the final one. Final one's way at the So, for the most part, this is a very easy mission. As you see, I'm just mulling through everything. I'm actually going to sneak by the rest. So that's pretty easy. Alright, let's see what this killer cage has, the final rescue team.
Have removed those who are not of the nest. Had they stayed, they would have learned the peace of the joining. We will not deny you your prize. But leave now. There has been a song of swarming. We have claimed these mines for the nest.
I'm looking for Stanor Thul's daughter.
Once we were called Daria Thul. Now we are known as new child of the Ukanuku nest. We have tasted the gel and scented the egg chamber. We have joined.
So you're a Killik now?
There is peace in the nest. A love that comes of sharing one mind. It is a gift beyond measure. We will never return.
Think of this joining like an ant colony where the queen gives off a pheromone and they sniff it, the ants, and it goes right into their brains and they're kind of forced to obey, so to speak. Killiks are kind of along the same lines here. As she said, she kind of sniffed a pheromone and interacted with her brain, and now she's one with the Killiks.
You would leave your friends? Your father?
Stanor Thul is not my family. He and his kind have brought war to Alderaan in the name of their own power. Here we are safe. Here we are at peace. Here we will stay.
Well, I'm gonna take
Come
her with me.
Or die along with every Killik here. That's your only option.
No, we will never. We are hearing the voice of the nest. We have decided it is not worth many losses to save one. The nest has spoken. We will return.
Okay. So let us return to Post Bolum, turn in these couple quests, return to Vector, and call it an episode.
Figure to run a planet like this, you've got people slaving and freezing.
Thank you. My medics are treating the inspection team for shock, but they seem otherwise unharmed. I wish I could say the same for my daughter. It is clear those monsters have drugged her, brainwashed her. I've heard of this. Something in the pheromones that joins their captives to their hive mind.
She may still recover. Be patient with her.
I only wish I could have protected her.
General Thul, excuse me. It is urgent I speak with my rescuer at once. I'm Agent Craig Graff, Imperial Intelligence. It was no accident those Killiks attacked when they did. The Ulgos pushed them toward that mine.
How did you learn that?
We've been monitoring communications between the Ulgo strike teams in that region. This was definitely planned. The push was orchestrated by the Ulgos to distract us from something they're calling Operation Sunshower.
You Alderaanians are entirely too cheerful.
I've heard that term. It's come up a few times in the chatter we're getting from our back door into the Organa networks.
It's a baradium detonator, a massive explosive. They plan to strike at the heart of Thul lands. The detonator's being transported by Boris Ulgo's elite soldiers, former Republic Special Forces, with the best weapons they could take and all the training the Republic gave them.
I'll be stained with blood from head to toe.
Just before the Killiks arrived, we acquired a data file that I believe to be the launch codes for the detonator.
If you really wish to strike fear into the heart of the Ulgos, get into the camp where they're holding it and set it off prematurely. It won't be the full force of the weapon, but let it be Ulgo that perishes, not Thul.
I have what you wanted.
I heard the explosions. I hope those monsters burned alive. We'll remember this service when House Thul takes the throne.
Alright.
Bye.
Welcome. Please select an available travel route. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
So we're gonna take a Thranta back, it looks like. Almost looks like a manta ray, I guess. Fly manta ray. Stingray, something like that. So, for the most part, looks like we aren't done with the Jern Mountains. Even though they have that little quest up here in that area. I actually do plan on coming down here to where Outpost Alderaan is and doing some quests in this area before I move on to Glaire's Valley. I want to try and hit 31 before I leave Alderaan. Whether that's possible or not, I'm not sure. 32 would be nice as well. So let's see what Vector has to say about all this.
What's up?
There's a lot of Killiks in here now. Wow. It's obvious they're planning something. But what?
Agent, it's good to see you. Yes, we apologize. The nest has been invigorated by star dancing. If you could smell the pheromones, you'd understand our restlessness.
If I start understanding, I'll know it's time to leave.
There's nothing to be concerned about. The hive is growing, and we all benefit. We even have a gift for you. These orbs contain white membrosia, rare nectar produced by our givers. Pull back the wax and sip. You'll find it gives strength and healing.
Nothing wins a girl's heart like bug milk.
There's truth to that among Killiks, but we're not sure that you'd like the details. In any case, how's the search for Denri Ayl?
I found records in the older estate, but I am not sure what to make of them.
This is perplexing. It looks like Ayl funded the destruction of the Dominator and the assassination of Darth Jadus. But the rest is very odd. Have you shown this to Baron Pear?
I was just on my way.
Of course. We appreciate being kept apprised. We know you're under no obligation. We'll be on alert, should you need anything else. The nest embraces our unity.
Alright, and with that, that's an episode. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And good luck.